Hello. Hello. Hello out there in Mimi Land. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see here. Here we go. Here we go. Hello, hello, Snowdrop. Hello, Snowdrop. Hello. What's my hair doing? Yeah, I'm not liking it. My little hairdo. Hello, we do. Hello, hello, hello. Nope, little bit. It's not back in school, Snowdrop. Little bit is still hanging around the house. Because it's snow day. Now let me see if I got something from the school. See if she goes back tomorrow. Honey, have you received anything from the school? I miss. Okay, it says it's closed today, and our leadership team will be evaluating driving and walking conditions this afternoon to decide whether school will reopen tomorrow. Thank you for your patience, and as we navigate these unusual circumstances. These unusual circumstances, guys. School might be out tomorrow because it's still white as snow out there. Yes, Demon Dictator, and not Demon Dictator, but Highly Sensitive and Snowdrop. What are you guys up to today? Let's see what I got in my repertoire. Let's see here. I'm just seeing what I have here. Okay, I got The Nerve with Marine. I'm not liking my hair. It looks weird. Go show daddy. Go show daddy. You trying to do it? Let me see. I don't know how to do it. Oh. Look like you're on the beach. Hello, Darcy. Hello, Demon Dictator. Choo choo. Demon Dictator, I missed your note that what you sent me from Annabelle. I'm going to look out for today. She may not even be on today, but and I'm going to email Julie today. It's my little scarf. On the train. Snowdrop says she's trying to get out of work and all y'all with freezing temps sending sunshine from sunny California. Thank you, Darcy, because it is cold. Who's Tina? I don't know who Tina is, Snowdrop. But we did hear from Ziggy Lee, chick with the crown. She's back. Oh, yeah. Well, I was on her show a couple of times. Tina, the Aftermath. No. Did she send me an email? No, I haven't gotten an email from her. Let's see. No. No. Unfortunately, she took some time out with the Diddy stuff. No, I wondered if you could invite her and we can talk about Meg not visiting senior and maybe get her take on the Beckhams. What is going on with the Beckhams? I'm trying to get a clue about what's going on with the Beckhams. Let me see if I have. Let me see what I got about the Beckhams. She's all over the place. Brooklyn Beckham. Let's see. Okay, so Perez Hilton has the 411. So let's see what he's saying about Victoria Beckham, the Beckhams, because I never knew what was going on with the Beckhams. Here we go.
Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your number one source for everything Beckham family saga. Yeah, this drama has been upgraded to a saga. Not only am I an Anglophile and a royal watcher, I'm also a spice boy, a media expert, and someone who's been working in show business and the media for 22 years now. I know how things work. And I'm going to lift the curtain and share with you some secrets that Brooklyn Beckham probably does not want you to know.
Uh-oh.
Lots of information in this video and expert analysis after that. But first, let's start with the facts.
And I think he colored his hair because of a show. That's what I heard.
As you know by now, last week, the eldest Nepo baby of Victoria and David Beckham exposed his family and made some damning allegations against his parents and siblings.
What?
The biggest accusation is that Brooklyn believes mom and dad care more about brand Beckham than they do him. And that they did not support his relationship with now wife Nicola Peltz, daughter of billionaire Nelson Peltz, and did everything possible to torpedo their marriage before even walking down the aisle.
Oh, snap!
Make a mental note of that one. Before this was elevated to saga, there was a drama, and the Beckham family drama was years.
Oh my God, do you guys believe that? Do you guys believe that the Beckhams didn't like his wife and was trying to derail it? I have no idea, Snowdrop. Is that a Christmas sweater? Oh, this wasn't that long ago. This was like yesterday. Hello, Auntie Mickey. It's good to see you. Hello to my friend Auntie Mickey. She's probably just stirring around. It's kind of early. I'm doing good, gossiping. That's all, gossiping about the Beckhams. Word on the curb is that the Beckham son is doing a Harry and Meghan. Is doing a Harry and Meghan and telling their family business about how the Beckhams didn't like his wife, and the mom and dad didn't like the wife and tried to derail the relationship. And then he said that they care more about the Beckham brand than they do him. They didn't give him the support he thought he should have received. Man, why do kids grow up and then start telling on their parents? Especially these rich ones. Get somewhere and sit down. I think it works both ways. I think the parents is probably doing some stuff to piss the son off, but the son has no business telling his family's business in the streets. It's shady business, Auntie Mickey. That doesn't help it change. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't help the situation if you're going to be telling on your parents. I will do that if I find out how to do it. Yeah, isn't that a shame? I hate that for the Beckhams because I was rooting for them. Yes, I was. I was rooting for the Beckhams, especially when we were comparing them to Meghan and Harry. What's wrong again? It won't let you go? Are you in the bed? Girl, I don't know. There's your name, though. There you go.
I'm so confused.
Can you see? Here, let me brighten it for you. You can see yourself? Yeah, it's a situation. Let's see what else they're saying.
Long. I have been covering this since 2022. Remember all the drama surrounding the wedding and the guest list and firing the wedding planners and the lawsuit and the countersuit? Yeah, it was chaos. Then Nicola pretended that everything was cool and copacetic between her and her new mother-in-law, Victoria. But now in 2026, we find out Nicola was lying, trying to put on a brave face. That social media post thanking her dancing partner reads very differently these days. And while some of the other allegations that Brooklyn put forth were pretty newsworthy, the one that continues to get most attention is the accusation that Victoria had an inappropriate dance with her son at the wedding.
What?
Well, now we're hearing from another wedding guest on the record. DJ Fat Tony, that's his name, he spun at the reception and he had a lot to say. However, what is especially interesting is, as I previously told you all, not only were all wedding workers required to sign NDAs, but so were all wedding guests, and everyone had to turn in their cell phones.
Wow.
Yeah, in their minds, Brooklyn and Nicola were A-list celebrities.
Oh, wow.
No. But what does this mean that DJ Fat Tony signed an NDA and then appeared on British television spilling details about the wedding? It means he got it approved. Especially because DJ Fat Tony spoke in defense of Brooklyn and Nicola and against Victoria and David.
Uh-oh.
Tony says there was no black PVC catsuit and no Spice Girl action, though he did call it awkward. And with regards to the whole inappropriate, Tony says it was the timing. The DJ recalls how Mark Anthony was performing on stage and called up Brooklyn. All of the guests expected Nicola to come up as well. However, instead, Mark Anthony called up the most beautiful woman in the room to come to the stage. And then he says, Victoria, come to the stage. I'm going to pause and give you some of my analysis right now, and then even more later. As I've said before, and I really believe this to be true, I think that Mark Anthony went off script. Something was supposed to happen at that moment that was planned for Brooklyn and Nicola to go and have another dance. Because by then they already had their first official dance as husband and wife.
Mark Anthony was
Instead,
there.
Mark Anthony calls up Victoria, his friend of decades. And as we now know, even the day before his wedding, Brooklyn says, his family tried to stop him from marrying Nicola.
Oh.
So Victoria has been known to enjoy a drink.
That's when it starts to get real, when your parents try to tell you who to marry and who not to. We don't want you to marry this girl. Is she a Meghan?
Or two or three, maybe she was drowning her sorrows away, and that dance was liquor fueled. Very awkward. But you know what? Even though Brooklyn behaves like a baby, he was an adult when he married Nicola. Nobody forced him to have this dance with his mother. If he saw his wife storm off in tears, wouldn't he want to go and console his wife and make sure everything was right? No. Instead, he made a choice. And now the Nepo baby Supreme is trying to spin. But it's hard for me to take a lot of what he said in that statement seriously because I've already exposed him as a liar. And the fact that we had heard so much already, much of what Brooklyn alleged was already out there in the media. Much of his side had already been reported. Gee, I wonder who planted that. So when Brooklyn said that he finally went public because he was tired of seeing one side paint the picture in the media without them fighting back, that's a lie. Lie. And Brooklyn sure hates Brand Beckham now, but he didn't at the start of his career. The eldest child of David and Victoria squeezed every last drop of the Beckham name when he tried to be a model, wasn't very good at it, and stopped. Then he tried to be a photographer, wasn't very good at it, and then stopped.
Okay.
And is now trying to be a chef, and a lot of people think he's not very good at it, but he hasn't stopped. And listen, I do have a lot of empathy for Brooklyn Beckham. There are a lot of blessings that come with being the child of superstars and billionaires, but it also comes with a lot of baggage, like doubting everybody. Is that person just using me? Is that person a real friend? Even doubting himself. And maybe he should have doubted Nicola some more. On paper, Nicola seemed like an ideal match for David and Victoria's son, but while she may not have needed him for money, she did benefit a lot from the Beckham family name.
Whoa.
And many of you might not know, Nicola Peltz is an actress.
Oh.
Whom Victoria has supported in the past, going to one of her premieres.
Wow.
Not only does she want to be an actress, but she wants to be famous. This, according to the older sister of her ex-boyfriend. Some might remember that before Nicola Peltz was with Brooklyn Beckham, she dated Bella and Gigi Hadid's little brother, Anwar.
Oh, wow.
And Anwar Hadid's older sister, Alana, had the following to say about Nicola. Commenting on a post about the saga, Alana Hadid wrote, "That girl doesn't want privacy. She's been trying to be famous for a decade." That was a little dig, not just at Nicola, but at Brooklyn's declaration that he and his wife just want to live a quiet, peaceful life. Lies. And if all of this is giving you Harry and Meghan deja vu,
It's a little bit.
I just remembered something from 2025. Remember the reports that Brooklyn and Nicola met up with Harry and Meghan in California?
Yes. I remember.
Perhaps the royals thought, oh, we relate to this so much. Let's give them some advice. Yeah, bad advice.
Right.
But despite everything, both Brooklyn and Nicola are walking away winners right now. And so are David and Victoria. Let me explain. Nicola is getting everything she wants right now. She is known. And even though she's a villain, that hasn't stopped others before.
She's a
For
villain.
example, and similarly, Meghan Markle is vilified by many.
She's a villain. So his wife's a villain. Do you guys agree with Perez and his analysis? Because I haven't seen the story, and it's interesting that Meghan and Harry would be like these two, the Beckham son and his new bride. But obviously, they're telling it. He's telling their business. And what is this about his mother dancing sexy with him? How was she crying? Oh, wow. Nicola's a horrid person. Nicola, come on. You don't want to be a villain. Please, you don't want to be a villain. Trust. You want to be liked. You want to be disliked.
Across social media. And that did not stop her from getting a show on Netflix and launching her own brand in 2025. It would not shock me whatsoever if Just recently, after Brooklyn's bombshell, producers from Dancing with the Stars or Strictly Come Dancing reached out to Nicola Peltz to be on the show. And she might consider it. I want people to get to know the real me behind the headlines. And I also have empathy for her too. Like Brooklyn, they are both emotionally.
Isn't that Meghan? I want people to know me for me. Here's the real me. Remember?
Stunted and probably mentally stunted as well. The children of billionaires have been babied their whole lives, even when they're adults.
Wow.
They want to get a passport? They don't get a passport like us normies. There are special VVVIP services that handle everything from A to Z. You think they've ever paid their own bills or had to balance a checkbook? No. And her father is, I think, a big reason for all of this drama. Because billionaires and superstars have a lot in common. Ginormous bank accounts and ginormous egos.
Oh.
And all are used to getting their ways.
Wow. They got big egos. He said they got big egos. Their egos are big. The Beckham's ego is big. What do you guys think about that? I'm kind of questioning the Beckhams now that all this is going down. I'm questioning everything. Because I used to think that they were the golden child that Meghan and Harry would never be. But now they're having issues with their kiddos. Why are they spreading the business on the streets of Beckhamville?
And when they don't, that's when the drama starts. And I also have a lot of empathy for David and Victoria. I've said this before. I think that folks who become superstars often are emotionally and mentally stunted at the age in which they achieve mega success. David and Victoria were both worldwide names by the time they were in their early 20s. And they also had their first child, Brooklyn, when they were in their early 20s. And if he's a spoiled brat, they spoiled him. And they were both exceptionally busy when Brooklyn was a baby and a young child. And they're still very busy. And
you think, see, every time somebody bring up spoil, I get scared because, you know, I have a little one and I don't want her turning out to be a little rotten egg. Okay. So I have to be careful with the spoilness as well. Oh, they're not good people. See, I thought they were demon dictator. The Beckhams are not good people. Didn't he stand in line to see the queen for the last time for hours? That was very humbling because I probably would have went to the front of the line. She's talentless. And David is thick as mince. And she is just talentless. Don't know anything about their kids. Oh, wow. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to move on. Put a 2 in the chat if you're enjoying it. I know, Snowdrop. Wouldn't that be the... Oh, God. She's so vocal. Snowdrop, she is so vocal. Very vocal. Very, very, very headstrong. Kira. Very vocal, very headstrong. Matter of fact, knows exactly what she wants. He did? Okay, good.
But Mommy, why is that toy there? Why is that toy broken?
I don't know how he broke. Is that one of the critters? Oh, put some tape on him too. Okay, good. She's such a sweetheart. Oh, she is. She is. And when I get off, we got to play either hide and seek, duck, duck, goose, or play. She's got so many toys. I want to play with some of her toys. That's what my sister said. Let's play with your toys, Kira. No, she's taping up her doll. I thought they were called the critters. It reminds me of Official King Pain when you call um, those people critters. Critters, you critter. The critters. If she brings it back in here, I'll show you what it looks like. It's cute. The little critter is cute. I hope not. I don't think so. It could just be my voice. But no, Little Bit was trying to catch something. Oh my God. You should have seen me and Daddy fighting it. I had to. My nose may be a little stuffy. I can hear it a little bit, CC. But I don't feel bad. Hi, Lisa. No tickets for you, Brooklyn. No tickets for you. Kira looking at me. No, I was talking to Brooklyn. Oh, she's so sweet. She's this beautiful doll baby. I gotta hurry up. So I gotta go play. She's getting antsy. She's like, Funky Dineva? No, I haven't seen any new. Funky Dineva and Tamar. Here, let me keep playing this. Let me keep playing this while I look up Funky Dineva, okay?
Maybe there's some resentment. Maybe Brooklyn wishes his parents didn't work so hard. But that didn't stop him from capitalizing off the Beckham family name. And when Brooklyn's parents allegedly wanted him to sign away his name, he didn't give it to them. Honestly, if that would have been me, I would have been like, what? Ugh, I don't need you. I don't need the Beckham name.
Yes, you do.
That would have felt like my parents disowning me if they wanted me to sign away the rights to my name. After that point, it would have been pretty much over. But no, Brooklyn still went along with the show and the wedding. And the reason I think he pushed the nuclear button and exposed his family dirty business to the world is because of Nicola's father. Brooklyn is very close to Nelson Peltz. In fact, Nelson officiated the vows at their wedding renewal. And I guarantee that Brooklyn did not release that statement without first running it by his father-in-law. His billionaire father-in-law, who can continue to bankroll the lifestyle that he and Nicola are accustomed to. And though Brooklyn lied a lot in his public statement, I also believe the truth is somewhere in the middle. Some of what he alleges is probably true. But guess what? As a parent myself to 3 young children, feelings aren't always factual, but feelings are valid. And Brooklyn expressed his feelings. However, he could have kept it real short. He could have just said, I feel compelled to comment on the incessant rumors and reports, most of which he planted, I think. And because of this, I just want to publicly state that there is some truth to everything. My truth is private. I know my truth. And I will not be commenting again. Something like that, you know what I mean? But instead, he literally went through a laundry list of allegations against his parents. His parents who did mess up. I'm not saying I'm better than David and Victoria, but I'm smart enough to know that when it comes to love, you can't talk an adult out of doing what they want. And you know me, I am an opinionated Latino with pink hair, and I don't bite my tongue. However, if I think my son is making a huge mistake in marrying someone toxic with an equally awful family, I will tell my son that once, and then my piece has been said. But if we are to believe Brooklyn, Victoria and David meddled, and more than meddled.
Wow.
They tried to ruin his relationship repeatedly.
His relationship.
And I do hope that there will be a reconciliation, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Wow.
Because Brooklyn and Nicola are the kind of couple who literally spend every waking moment together. Neither of them has a job that takes them away from the other for a considerable amount of time. They don't have to clock in at 9 a.m. and clock out at 5 p.m. They're together nonstop. And what that means is his thoughts aren't really his thoughts because they're so intertwined with hers and clouded by hers. And we know she's about that celebrity, which is why I believe the rumblings about Brooklyn and Harry. Like his...
Oh, word on the curb is we got us a Meg number 2. Is that what's going on, Snowdrop? We got us a Meghan number 2? Nicola, you are the villain of the family. You are starting the mess, the division. Wow. Because I would be like, no, honey, your family, they'll get used to me. But I wouldn't have came out and said that. And I don't know. This is also new to me too. There's a lot going on with this family. Who knew? The Beckhams have been a closed shop with only brand positive stories released about them. Exactly. Until Nicola appeared. Just like the Paps leaked the royal family when Meg got involved. Oh. Hello, Jasrisa. I want to say something else, but I know it's just Risa. Hello, pick it up and bend it. Meg, Blake, Amber, Nicole, and Taylor. No, Meg is in a class all by herself. I've never met anyone like Meg before. She did a whole Oprah show and said the family was pure racist. Yeah. Then she sends her father from the Philippines a cease and desist. Shut the up talking to me. Or I sue you. Or I do something to you. Whatever the letter was, it wasn't good. It wasn't a good pat you on the back kind of a letter. Because Junior has gone silent. We noticed it, Junior. No more videos. Sure, just Risa. I don't know what date it was. Why do you need it? I can send it to you. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, I could try to send it to you. Let's see. Anyway, this is I don't know. I would be so upset with my child if my child came out and started having a whole conversation about me. I would. God, where's your email? I can't find your email. Yep. You're gonna have to email me. What's your email address? But oh my goodness, this is God, you wouldn't want nobody doing this. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your kids coming out on you, busting you out on the news, talking about God, did I put it in there? Okay, it's coming. I believe this is it. There you go, hon. Ooh. Well, let's see what else he has to say.
Mentor, according to the Daily Mail, Brooklyn is going to be releasing a memoir. Dun, dun, dun.
Right.
He doesn't need the money. He's got her daddy's money, but he wants to keep exploiting that Beckham family name. the brand Beckham that he apparently despises because his parents chose that over him, much like the British royal family.
What?
The parallels are aplenty and glaring.
What?
But here's where I do have even more empathy for Brooklyn.
Why?
Whereas in the firm comes first. Queen Elizabeth, King Charles put the crown above family. David and Victoria did not have to do that. If that's what they've
I do
done,
not think
which
they did
according
that. I don't think the Queen put family above the crown because they were so close knit. They did everything together. They were like this. So not only was it a family business, it also was a family business. So I don't think she chose one or the over the other. I know it sometimes, like her son, she had to cast him out. But do you believe that he's being the scapegoat for the files anyway? Like someone said they needed someone to blame. So he was one to blame. But he did take a picture with Home Chick. Excuse me, not Home Chick. What's her name? Excuse me, I didn't mean to call her that. He took a picture with her. Was it Renee? No. Let me know if you guys know. Remember the picture he took with one of the girls? Debbie usually knows. Oh, you think something's going on with his skin? Oh. I think it's the hair, guys. Is it the skin?
to Brooklyn is what they've done. And if Brooklyn does do a book,
okay.
my
I
expert
see it.
prediction, Perez Adamas says he and Nicola will not sit down with Oprah. He'll probably do the BBC or something very prestige and British
Yeah,
to
but
purposefully
that's
try and not remind us of all the Harry and Meghan parallels.
Hello.
But despite all of this drama, as I briefly mentioned earlier, I don't think any of it will negatively affect David and Victoria.
Why?
Because this story also gives me some parallels of Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Whether fair or not, true or not, at this point in time, it seems like social media and the public is siding with David and Victoria, and they view Nicola and Brooklyn as the problem. And as we've seen with Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, once the general public makes up their mind, it's hard to convince them otherwise. And once again, I have empathy for everybody, especially Brooklyn and Nicola. Even though I think he's a spoiled brat and she's incredibly difficult, but he was a spoiled brat by his parents and he's only 26 years young.
Oh, he's 26.
I thought I knew everything at 26 and I made so many mistakes at 26. You all know a lot of them because the internet is forever and receipts will never go away. And that's fine. I don't shy away from the mistakes of my past. I don't shy away from the really bad, wrong decisions that I regret and I'm sorry for.
I regret some decisions.
And going back to Harry and Meghan, I do think reconciliation is in the cards, obviously, but it's going to take a while. Only now-ish has Prince Harry tried to make things better with his father and brother. Only now-ish does Harry say that he wants to take his wife and children to the UK. So it will take some time for Brooklyn to get to that.
Harry is not saying that. Stop putting words in his mouth. He's sitting there dancing on the lawn with his bimbo. Okay? Hello? His pet. They're like little pets for each other. Meghan is his pet, and that's her. Harry, that's Harry's God. Crying in the courtroom like a. Just what you crying for? My wife has been through so much. Really? That didn't make you look like a hero that you were crying for your wife. It made you look real stupid. Real stupid. Because ain't nothing wrong with her. She's Skippy to do a line around here. Isn't she? Isn't Meghan skipping to doing? Mm-hmm. She's skipping the do's. That's what she does. Because the way she treated her father was despicable. Like, my goodness gracious, did you really just treat your father like crumb diddy crumbs? Did you? Let me see if anybody else has texted me. Okay. No, I miss talking to Danny. She's busy. She has school. Well, I miss my girl. I hope you're doing well. Check her out, guys, okay? Check out Danny Robinson. She's got it going on. She tells it like it is. And some people just can't handle it. She does. And it's weird because I see people talking about her and she's not saying anything about anyone. She's not talking about these people. But they are obsessed. Obsessed is a good word to put it. Anyway, miss you, girl.
That place of wanting reconciliation.
Okay, put a 1 in the chat if we need to move on. Put a 2 in the chat if we need to check on Meghan. In the meantime, let's continue.
But this period of estrangement may cause a great deal of damage between him and his brothers. David and Victoria are adults. The grandparents are also much older. But Cruz and Romeo, they're young men whom, like Brooklyn, think they know everything and, as the son of superstars, also have big egos. And my heart continues to ache for his little sister, Harper, who is just a young teenager. And so far, we've only officially heard from Brooklyn. I would love to hear from David and Victoria, but I don't think that will happen.
I think they should be silent and be quiet. I think they should do the rule that the royals do. Never complain, never explain, never complain, never complain, never explain. Whichever which way you wanted it to go. But that's the truth. I'm learning that if you just ignore it, eventually it'll go away. Yeah. Eventually. Because it'll get tired. Pain. Thank you. Hello, Maureen. Yes, time to move on. Cruz is touring, playing his music. Who?
At least not officially. They'll continue to do what their son has done and let the press do the talking for them.
Whoa.
Because we know David and Victoria are royalists. Remember, David even lined up to see Her Majesty, the late
Before
Queen
she
Elizabeth,
died.
lie in state.
Okay.
And like Queen Elizabeth, they also follow the mantra, don't complain, don't explain. But while Brooklyn shared some lies,
Told you.
he also shared some truth. And
Lisa.
I'm sure that Victoria and David have a lot of explosive truths that they could share about Nicola and her billionaire father. In fact, the Daily Mail reports that her ex-boyfriend's mother, Yolanda Hadid, says, according to a source, it isn't just Victoria here. The same happened with Yolanda. A source explains to the Daily Mail, Yolanda, a source, she monopolized his time, Anwar, and wanted to be the first priority. If she wasn't, she would flip. The Hadids believed that Nicola was controlling and took advantage of Anwar. And like she is with Brooklyn, Nicola is many years older than Anwar Hadid. If you were curious, Brooklyn is 26 and Nicola is 31.
Wow.
So where does this leave us all? Here's the very latest down to the minute. Earlier today, Victoria was in Paris with David, their daughter Harper, and their sons Cruz and Romeo.
Wow.
The family was there to support Victoria, who received a high honor. Lady Beckham, David was knighted last year in the UK, received a French distinction. She was named a Chevalier de l'Ordre des Arts, des Lettres by the French Ministry of Culture. Victoria took to her social media to say that she was so honored. I have always deeply admired the French aesthetic and the seriousness with which it treats fashion as a form of art. So to be recognized here and embraced in this way is a profound privilege, one that reflects decades of commitment and dedication. My sincere thanks to the French Minister of Culture for this honor. Thank you also to my business partners who believed in me, my family, and especially David, my husband and original investor. I couldn't be more grateful. You are my everything.
Aww.
This is the first official outing for the Beckhams as a family, including their kids, since Brooklyn's explosive bombshell last week.
Wow.
And speaking of social media, which has amplified this private family drama, Brooklyn made his return to social media after his explosive bombshell last week. Just a few minutes ago, he shared a video montage of him and his wife set to a Coldplay song. You know,
You're in the dark.
You know I love you so. Brooklyn was saying a lot. He chose his wife over his family.
Oh, snowdrop.
And he's happy. I know my screen is dirty, but ignore that. Imagine Coldplay is playing, and this is what Brooklyn wants the world to see and know.
Oh.
Smiles, and it's all about him and his wife. Joined at the hip. All is good. Yeah, but it's not. All is not good. I think
All is not good.
family therapy could really help. I also think a lot of these ego clashes have to do with not just power and control and being spoiled, but also expectations. And a trained professional could really help. And hopefully time as well. You know what they say, time is a healer. But I will end echoing what I said previously. I really do think the truth is probably
Wow,
somewhere in the
Kara
middle.
throwing tantrums.
And though Nicola is being vilified, and though she probably is difficult,
She does. Kara throws tantrums. And we're like, we talk to her. No, don't do that. She hasn't been to timeout in forever. So she rarely has fits. Brooklyn is accustomed to getting his way, throwing tantrums all the time. That's resulting in him getting what he wants. Yeah, children controlling parents through manipulation will definitely magnify as they get older. Ooh. Oh, she was? Catherine was at an event today, and the press were flipping because she put a braid in her hair. Oh, Lord. Yeah, nothing's going on with Funky Dineva. And I think we're pretty much done with he's done.
a diva, a spoiled brat like him, she's not a horrible person. I don't know her. I don't know her well enough to say she is that. I have empathy for her. I have empathy for him. I have empathy for everybody involved.
Wow.
And that's a good way to end things. Hoping the best.
I'm going to hit the like
button. And I will
button.
keep you updated along the way.
Why am I not subscribed?
If you watched until the end, you are a superstar. Thank you. I love you. Thank you.
This is another channel.
Watching until the end, especially for a long video, is the most meaningful thing you can do for your favorite creators. God bless you. Say empathy in the comments section. Empathy, EMPATHY. Check out my new merch at buypopstuff.com. That's buypopstuff.com.
Give it to him, guys.
Get a cameo from me. I have thousands of glowing reviews, and I'm very reasonably priced. Book a cameo, a personalized greeting from me, a video for you or a loved one or someone you don't like. Get one right now at cameo.com/my name. Oh yeah, you know. P to the E to the R to the E to the Z to the H to the I to the L to the T to the O to the N. Hit the like button, share this video, say empathy in the comments section, and thoughts on everything we've discussed and all of my ruminations. I want to hear what you're thinking. This is a lot to digest and a lot to commiserate on. Let's get to it in the comments.
You know what? We have a lot.
Meghan Markle.
Yeah, this I want to hear. But Dan Wooden said that she had a fit, an argument. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that Meghan had a fight.
You want a little bit to be part of Girl Scout.
It's interesting. I think we'll continue to explore whatever feels right. But Alyssa's also a mom of a daughter.
What am I doing here? What is my role in life? But at least I've covered up my bald spot a little bit more than I did in court. And then you'll see Meghan. There comes the sign.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to watch her speech. Not today, though, because I don't think I have it. Okay. I don't have her speech. Yeah, no tickets for you. I love that. Show me what to do, Snowdrop. Letitia, you can do cameos with the adieus and no ticket for you. That's that stupid stuff. I really want us to get together downtown Dallas, but it looked like it's going to be a major get together. And I say that, but I need a sign up sheet. Who wants to come? Who can come? If nothing else, you get to come and see Dallas. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful here. It's a nice little town. We'll be in downtown Dallas. I even show you where the Cowboy Stadium is, where the Cowgirls, the Cowboys play. It's beautiful. The W, yes, the W. Oh God, Maureen, I want to hear it so bad.
You're allowed to come in, Harry. She decides to speak before the director.
My husband and I and our 12 productions, we are so proud.
You do not speak at a film festival before the director of the movie. Breaking.
Is that true? Like, did she just be rude and start talking before the director of the movie starts talking? She thinks she's more important. Why do you think that just happened? It was a word salad festival. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear it. I want to hear what word salad she tossed around. Did she talk about community? Because she loved the word community.
Today, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's epic disaster at the Sundance Film Festival, where they can't even fill one movie theater, where they cannot even give that interview without snapping at the reporter and looking like an absolute cow, and where the hypocrisy reeks and the weasel words, the famous Meghan Markle word salad, cannot get around it. So we're going to analyze
use the word
all
community.
of these absolutely mortifying scenes with Brittany, editor of the Royal News Network today. But first, let me show you the moment where Meghan is clearly horrified to be asked about the daughter who she has decided to pimp out on social media virtually every other weekend. What?
How's she doing?
A young daughter. She's maybe a little bit too young for Scouts at this point. Do you want Lilibet to be part of Girls and Girl Scout?
It's interesting. I think we'll continue to explore whatever feels right. But Alyssa's also a mom of a daughter.
As Nancy Sidley put it, I think accurately, Meghan gets extremely uncomfortable, in my opinion, whenever asked about the kids. So she's proven the only time she would give information is when you're paying her. Wow, she couldn't be more obvious. No information for free, people. And then how about the great dichotomy of the fact that we have Prince Harry
That was the silly
in the High Court in the
Giving it for
UK
them.
saying, goodness me, my life has been destroyed by the fact that people want to write articles about me. And then literally hours later, turning up on a red carpet where to begin with, and this is what's so mortifying. Oh my God. In fact, let's watch along and I'll commentate as we go along. Meghan has basically initially had Harry standing to the side of the room. There you can see him. He's just watching along with Meghan until he gets the sign. like a little wounded dog,
Wow.
a little puppy dog who's told what to do by his owner. She's loving all of this without Harry, of course. That's the director of the movie. And then you'll see
Wow.
Harry, he's still watching on his own. What am I doing here? What is my role
You're a
in life? But
puppet.
at least I've covered up my bald spot a little bit more than I did in court.
Oh, that
And then
was
you'll see
really
Meghan.
bad.
There comes the sign. There
God, did you see him at court? He needs to cut this. It's time. Somebody need to whisper in his ear, Harry, cut it. Because it looks weird. Looks like a moon pie. And then he's got this on the side. It really makes him look older. It's not sexy at all. Meghan, tell him to cut it. Quit hanging on to it. Oh, and then I guess this is the part where she tells him, come on, you can speak now. I don't say that I don't hate the jacket. I'm not hating on the jacket.
you're allowed to come in, Harry. Come in and do your bit. Pretend that you like the director. Give her a hug. And I thought, wow, the optics of that, especially given, by the way, that they are meant to be equal
That's the
partners
director.
in this project. Because I should point out, by the way, in case you hadn't missed it,
She spoke before the director. Guys, hang on to your seats. How is she going to do that? How? How is that possible? How are you going to speak before me? I'm the guest of honor. It's rude. It's a rudy duty. Isn't that rude?
the reason they're at the Sundance Film Festival is because these two are having to sell their movie, Cookie Queens, which Netflix chose not to pick up as part of their first look deal. So I thought that was very telling on the red carpet. Huge awkwardness. Meghan's obviously loving it. Harry, miserable as anything. And as Meghan's mole put, it wasn't.
Oh, wow. Netflix kicked him to the curb. This is some other stuff to the sidey do. Have you guys even seen the cookie thingy? What the hell is this? Can someone help me? I'm gonna drop the link. Hell, maybe someone can come up and explain what the hell this whole thing is about. And maybe he is explaining it, but I'm not getting it. It just looks. What movie? What show? What cookie cutter? He's hanging on to all his little ginger hairs in the same way he and his wife are hanging on to those titles. Yeah. Yeah, they are introduced as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It's really something.
Harry complaining in a British court about media intrusion and costing British taxpayers multi-millions. And here he is, after not seeing his own phantom hostage spawn for weeks, posing for the media, that he complains about. And I want to take a look at this other video, which shows them on the red carpet, because I think for me, it had the ick factor, because Meghan had to pretend to give a damn about these children. I don't think she does.
I don't
actually.
either.
But there's all of the fake hugs. There's all of the faux laughter as she says, oh, come on out. You see, she is very much in charge of what's going on during this red carpet appearance. And these are the young children. Now, again, I will point out the hypocrisy. Others won't. These are the young children who Meghan thinks is completely appropriate. I mean, some of them are about 12 years old. Completely appropriate to put on a red carpet, to have People magazine plaster all over their Instagram, while at the same time, she launches this campaign about keeping children off social media. I don't think it adds up. Then we get
No, I
inside
think it's
the
good for the
auditorium,
kids.
which, by the way, and we will come to this, remains pretty much empty,
I don't agree.
which is absolutely damning, because trust me, I've been to loads of these big film festivals. You've got royalty at that film festival, doesn't matter what time of day it is, that auditorium is sold out. Now, in Meghan's case, it wasn't. That's mortifying in itself. But then she decides to do something that no star does. It is not the done thing if you were in the world of lovey movie mayhem. And for Meghan, she wants to be in the world of lovey movie mayhem. So really she should be doing and following the protocol, which is, it doesn't matter how big you are as a star. It doesn't matter if you're Brad Pitt. It doesn't matter if you're George Clooney. It doesn't matter if you're Jennifer Lawrence. You do not speak at a film festival before the director of the movie. That is always how it's worked. That is always the tradition. But of course, because it is Meghan and she views herself as royalty, introduced on stage, of course, as Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex, all protocol is thrown out the window. And she decides to speak before the director. Let's watch this together. We are on a mission to 700,000 subscribers. So I need you to do something for me right now.
Good for you.
It's free. It is easy. It is simple. Just hit that subscribe button on YouTube. That's because over 50% of you watching this video haven't done that yet. And it is the best way to support Outspoken. We're totally independent, by the way. No big tech backing, no billionaires pulling the strings. And if you turn on the bell, you'll get alerted to all our new videos. So you'll see this woman.
Our director, I want to invite a very special guest on stage. Can you please join me in welcoming Meghan, Duchess of Sussex?
So use the title, and she makes the point that it's before the director, and Meghan comes out. What an outfit, by the way. She not dress up. So you'll see this woman.
Our director, I want to invite a very special guest on stage. Can you please join me in welcoming Meghan, Duchess of Sussex?
So use the title. And
oh my God, I'm sick. The Duchess of Sussex. Look at this. Girl, you stole that name from the Queen. Some ugly pants. I do not like them. Your oversized shirt. What happened to the jacket? What happened to the jacket? Look at this. She's an embarrassment. I'm like him. The director should have went first, and then she should have spoke. She's coming out there like she directed the movie. It's really embarrassing. She's embarrassing.
she makes the point that it's before the director, and Meghan comes out. What an outfit, by the way. Why did she not dress up?
I didn't like the outfit at all.
And here comes the word salad. Prepare for it.
Thank you so much for being here bright and early. I know some of you probably had late nights last night, so extra thanks for the effort.
Pointing out that there are empty seats.
You can't help. Look, my husband and I and our 12 Productions, we are so proud and privileged to be able to support and uplift Cookie Queens. This film, yes, is probably the cutest at the festival, but I'm also going to go out on a limb and say it is one of the most powerful and meaningful depictions of something that is an American tradition and rooted in nostalgia.
She wasn't.
See, she screwed up when she went up there and started talking. Maybe she should have just not said anything. What the hell is she talking about? Nostalgia. She act like she is rehearsing something. Kira? You're so cute. Are you singing? The word salad. Word salad.
Productions, we are so proud
My
and privileged to be able to support and uplift Cookie
Title, and she makes the point that it's before the director and Meghan comes out.
Got on.
What an outfit, by the way.
everybody.
Why does she not dress up? And here comes the word salad prepared for spoken. We're totally independent, by the way.
Guest on stage. Can you please join me in welcoming Meghan, Duchess of Sussex?
So use the title, and she makes the point that it's before the director and Meghan comes out. What an outfit, by the way. Why does she not dress up? And here comes the word salad prepared for it.
For being here bright and early. I know some of you probably had late nights last night, so extra thanks for the effort.
Pointing out that there are empty seats.
Look, my husband and I and our 12 Productions, we are so proud and privileged to be able to support and uplift Cookie Queens. This film, yes, is probably the cutest at the festival, but I'm also going to go out on a limb and say it is one of the most powerful and meaningful depictions of something that is an American tradition and rooted in nostalgia.
She wasn't happy with the film being described as cute.
From the incredible creative vision of Alyssa to show something modernized about the girlhood experience and all the layers of complexity that come with that. So yes, it's cute. And yes, these young ladies are fantastic and adorable, but they are also layered, beautiful girls who are about to become very strong leaders and young women. So thank you for supporting that.
She's like, yes, you must clap. See the nod? Clap me.
A huge thanks to our team at Art 12 Productions, Chanel, Wesley, Q. We love you guys. Thank you so much for everything.
Now this is weird. She's acting as if she's won an award.
I know.
She thinks this is an Oscar speech.
She thinks she's actually like she's won an award. She started thanking people. Wow, what a embarrassing moment for her. I want to thank you. I want to thank my mom and dad. Yeah. Like she won something.
Also layered, beautiful girls who are about to become very strong leaders and young women. So thank you for supporting that.
And she's like, yes, you must clap. See the nod? Clap me.
A huge thanks to our team at Art 12 Productions, Chanel, Wesley, Q. We love you guys. Thank you so much for everything.
Now this is weird. She's acting as if she's won an award. She thinks this is an Oscar speech. Meghan is at this festival to try and sell the movie.
All of the hundreds of hours of trusted fly-on-the-wall material that they were able to capture with these families that let them in and allowed them to show and share their lives and their loves. I think the editorial in this that you'll see is also something pretty outstanding. But that is all testament to the talent and expertise of the director, Alyssa Namias, who is here today, and I'm so excited to introduce her to you. Please give her a big round of applause.
Okay, so finally Meghan then allows the director to come on stage. Now I should point out, by the way, in case you don't know this, all of the movie was made before Meghan was involved. None of it was to do with her at all. They've been involved for 2 years trying to sell this damn thing. Netflix didn't want it. That is why they are at Sundance, trying to pimp out the movie, and it is not working. But Meghan's reaction to the director's speech, well, look, let's just watch together because it's very odd. She hates someone else being in the spotlight.
Your genuine passion for Cookie Queens. You, Prince Harry, Chanel Peisnick, and your whole team at Art 12 have understood my vision for this film from the moment I first shared it with you. And I'm grateful for your unwavering trust in me as an artist and your belief in the power of film story.
Always
shaking. And see, there she comes out, arms folded, unimpressed that she's not center stage, I would argue. By the way,
you think?
Could she not even press the trousers? I mean, you know I'm not a fashion guy, but...
Thank you to Kim Butani, Eugene Hernandez, and all of the Sundance
Does she look like, oh God, I'm unimpressed. Is that the way she's coming across? I don't know. She's just awkward when she's on stage. She's always moving around and doing something awkward.
Sundance Film Festival programming team, the Institute staff, and volunteers.
The last time they were on stage with Harry, and she ran up on it was just weird. She's awkward.
Being back at Sundance this year for the world premiere of Cookie Queens is a dream come true. Cookie Queens took flight thanks to the Sundance Catalyst program led by our champions there, Julia Caruso, Monique Avila, Julia
This
Nelson
is not a
at the
woman
time,
who
and
uplifts
generous
other women.
Catalyst investor community. Yeah.
That is not a woman uplifting other women, let me tell you. Then, of course, we get the totally predictable Instagram story, which Meghan thinks shows how this was a great triumph. What I'm looking for, though, is a buyer. Did anyone want to buy this movie? Did any streaming service come in and say, we're going to pay you a load of money? Did any distributor say, we want to take this internationally? Because I've seen none of that. Then you get the awkwardness about the fact that they didn't even sell out. This is revealed by Johnny Oleksinski, who is the film critic for the New York Post, who revealed the Sussexes couldn't sell out Sundance. Although Prince Harry and Meghan Markle attended the Park City, Utah bow of the new documentary they produced, Cookie Queens, there were plenty of open seats at the Eccles Theatre. As the film began, roughly 150 unoccupied spots remained on the balcony. It wasn't even close to being a sellout, plus some scattered chairs on the ground. That number ultimately tightened to about 60 as lucky waitlisters slowly filled empty places reserved for high-paying pass holders. The coveted express badge costs $6,900, who mostly passed on the visiting royals. Now, that matters, of course, because the people with the expensive passes, with the $6,900 passes, are the people who are going to be able to afford to buy and distribute this movie. He went on in the same theatre the night before at the mobbed premiere of Olivia Wilde's The Invite, starring Seth Rogen, Penelope Cruz, and Edward Norton. Staff had to turn away about 100 actual ticket holders as seats there are not assigned. Even a much less glamorous movie called Buddy with Christian Milotti and Topher Grace left 40 out in the cold at Library Centre at midnight on a Thursday. And Stephanie Sidley made the point, this whole Sundance production is not the flex Harry and Meghan think it is. If Netflix were thrilled, if their brand were booming, if their audience demand were growing, they wouldn't need Sundance.
Yeah. You want to go outside? I think you got a runny nose, and I'm afraid because remember last night we had to give you that nasty medicine. Yeah. It hurts your throat. Your ear hurting?
Yeah. You talked about your ear last time. Why my ear hurt you last time?
I said that?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Why did my ear actually hurt last time?
Your ear?
Yeah.
Because you probably had an ear infection.
What?
Yeah, last time. Long time ago.
I was have an ear infection?
Yes. You can't believe it. Be careful going upstairs. Be careful, I said. Stand up straight. Anyway, little bit. Body language. Susan. Yes, sweetheart. Yes, I am. Very, very soon. Him too. I am.
To validate them. So let me bring in Brittany, editor of the Royal News Network now. Brittany, a huge amount to pick up on here. But again, what we see is a disaster appearance. Weird speech, weird uncomfortable moment on the red carpet, bristling about Lily, weird interaction between Meghan and Prince Harry, who is left on the side as if he is just a bit part player in all of this. And then the fact that they could not even get the people to show up.
I mean, it's such a disaster, Dan. It really is. And of course, sort of the biggest elephant in the room is, like you said, that Netflix didn't buy this project. That's huge because if they've been in development for 2 years, Netflix would have been well aware of this film and passed. That tells you that it's not really all that great and not something they're really interested in. And in the grand scheme of Hollywood, Netflix is king. Netflix is the biggest streaming service. They have the most money to invest. And so that they are not all that interested in this is just absolutely astounding. But also shows that Harry and Meghan have a dismal track record when it comes to their documentaries. They do not do well. We've had this just be explored with Love Meghan. And then I did double check because they had been producers on, I think it was called The Mikasa Kids or something like that. That didn't even chart at all in the top 7,000 titles from Netflix in the last what we watched. Everything Harry and Meghan is attached to is middling at best. It doesn't do well, especially their nonfiction series. And I think broadly Netflix is done with anything nonfiction related to them. I think they'll give them some pass on fiction titles. But for right now, Harry and Meghan, they can't sell seats. Meghan can't sell product. They can't sell. People watch them to watch the train wreck. They're not actually invested in Harry and Meghan, except for a very small few loud minority group of people. Everybody else is sort of done with them.
And Brittany, that speech, as you posted, I don't think Meghan Markle ever saw a microphone she didn't want. I imagine she's sharing about the one weekend she spent in the Girl Scouts, spinning into some dramatic tale about resilience, feminism, entrepreneurship, etc. Very typical and very empty. Now, Brittany, I found that speech super weird. Because to me, as someone who has read how this woman reacts to things, it was obvious that she wasn't happy with the fact that this movie had been described as cute. She didn't like that. Like, for her, this movie obviously has to represent some form of feminism.
It does. She wants everything to have depth and have this great meaning and everything. And sometimes that's just not the case. And honestly, probably the best way to sell the film is as it's cute. It shows cute girls. They are kind of growing up in girlhood, these sorts of things, and going through the Girl Scouts. But it's very weird and odd that on the red carpet, obviously, and through this film, Meghan is promoting the Girl Scouts. And yet she won't commit to her own daughter being in the Girl Scouts, which goes to show and prove, I think, that all this gobbledygook she likes to share about the importance of the Girl Scouts and what it teaches you and everything is just complete nonsense, because she obviously just doesn't really care. And I'm still confused as what she means about when she said, I hope you like it the editorial or something about the movie. And I'm like, editorial? What do you mean by editorial? Maybe I'm just not well versed in the minutia of like film reviewing or whatever, but I didn't know what she meant by editorial because I think news and editorial. But I don't think Meghan really knows anything about the film industry, to be quite honest. She's attempting to make it. It's not going well. And everything she does has to be self-referential, which means that she can't evaluate whether a project is good simply based on its own merits. She promoted it as reflecting her and her
I haven't
experience,
seen the film.
which is very minimal. And so when she's
I haven't seen the film. I was trying to get into the speech of things, but it went very quick. And now Brittany is killing it.
she's asked personal questions about it, she can't really answer. And when it comes to selling this movie, she doesn't really have the ability to sell it because she was only a Girl Scout for 5 seconds. And so this whole thing is an absolute train wreck. And she and Harry continue to prove why they haven't made it in Hollywood.
Right.
She doesn't have a good eye, Meghan. Harry should just be in parentheses at this point because he's pretty much useless in this industry.
Yeah.
And they just can't pick good projects. And this is another example of how
they're not doing good. No, I have not seen the film. I don't think I would like it here either, Lee. It's the Girl Scout movie. It's the documentary about Girl Scout cookies. I mean, wow.
They always pick things that are good for Meghan, not actually good projects. Like there's a big difference there.
100%. But Brittany, I mean, there are certain rules that you follow if you're playing this game. And Meghan had to insert herself before the director. And that's just not the dumb thing when you're selling a movie. Like, yes, of course she's more famous, but very often, Brittany, the stars or the executive producer of a movie are more famous than the director. I'll give you the example of Hamnet, right, which is one of the films going for the Oscars this year. And Chloe Zhao is the director. Steven Spielberg is one of the executive producers. But you would never see Steven Spielberg introducing the film on stage at a festival ahead of the director because it's just not the dumb thing. But of course, Meghan can't help herself. Now, of course, if she wanted to speak, she could have spoken after the director because then she would be following protocol, film festival protocol. And look, people might say that type of thing is ridiculous, but I think it just shows you how for Meghan, she doesn't give a damn. It has to be her first, at the forefront and at the center of everything. But first, quick gut.
He's first and foremost. And again, she's made this project quite personal and how she's promoted it, talking about her experience in the Girl Scouts. Again, very, very minimal. It looks like she did it for maybe a couple of months to a year, and that was it. She has made it so personal. And so she's really had this personal angle on it and is thinking that if she gets herself out in front of this, the project will sell. But again, we've seen endlessly at this point that Meghan Markle does not sell.
Yeah,
she
you're
can't
not
convert.
selling. She doesn't sell. She's not popular. I said it yesterday. Not popular at all. Missing the mark every time.
Customers. And so for her to go up there, she definitely seems like she is going outside of the norm just because, oh, I'm a Duchess. And
Right.
I'm sorry, but aren't her and Harry producers on this?
Right.
Why isn't he up there? Of course, it's because it's a female-led, female-centric product, and Meghan is obsessed with that notion. Everything has to be about her and Lily. You know, Archie and Harry just don't even seem to comply or seem to be important to her in this aspect. Everything seems to be about her and how it reflects on Lily as well. And so, yeah, she is more than willing to barge up there on stage, grab any microphone. I mean, Meghan's greatest love affair is a microphone. And so she is more than willing to go up there and give let's say, her prep Oscar speech, because she thinks she's a great achiever there when it comes to cinema. And she is just not.
My husband and I. It is so telling, isn't it, that line? A couple of smaller notes on this, Brittany, from Queer Lips of Truth. This year begins with fashion failures by Meghan Markle. Her failures are starting to show on her. Lots of people saying this was not a good look. And as ever, we have very creased trousers. Brittany, I know you're a bit of a fashion doyen. Did you pick up on that?
I did. And I also noticed her pants were too long. Especially in the second day, the pants were over the shoes and kind of pooling because they were a bit too long. And of course, she has enough money to get her jeans tailored to her. And that would be preferable because you actually look a bit better. And then she shows up in this horrid coat that looks awful, makes her look pregnant. It's huge. It just doesn't even fit well. And then her grand outfit after that, she takes it off. She just has a crew neck sweater on tucked into a pair of jeans. And it's like, there is absolutely nothing stylish or interesting about that outfit. That's about what I wore in Denmark. I chose crew neck sweaters and jeans just to go out in the day to day. And so Meghan could have definitely put a little bit more effort into her outfit there. But in some ways, like, she cares and she doesn't, because she wants this product to sell. She wants to be the center of attention, but she also doesn't care enough to, I think, actually dress the part. And sometimes selling things is all about dressing the part. And I think Meghan had a pretty epic failure there.
And then Harry's hair. Where did it all come from, Brittany? Look at this from Meghan's mole. I think it's a fair point, actually. Where did all that hair come from, Harry? We recently saw the bald-ass top with wispy pubes in court. So do you think he's used something? I mean, there are things you can put in, like sort of powder to thicken the top of your hair.
This was...
I mean, I think he does.
Look at that. That's what he looked like when he was at court. Then this is what he looks like on the picture. It's like they added some redness to it. He needs to cut this off. When I was on Suits, Demon Dictator, maybe next week, or even I'm going to get the full tape-a-do.
Definitely could have done that, Dan, but also as well, like, in the light of, let's say, an outdoor light, because what we also saw, Harry was walking outdoors in the court, so you could see the back of his head, because actually the back of his head is the worst. He has kind of a thicker wisp up front, which he kind of can maneuver to make his hair look a little bit thicker. It's really the back of his head when he turns around where it's really like, oh, that's bad. And so he definitely could have maybe sprayed something in to make it look like a smidge thicker. But, you can't hide from the actual cameras, Harry. So yes, maybe if he looks straight at the camera, you can't see how bad the balding is. Maybe the light was kind to him in this particular instance, but you can't avoid it. And he has had plenty of time to get hair plugs if he wanted to. But for him to complain at all about baldness or his brother's baldness, like, come on now, you're getting pretty bad there, Prince Harry.
Now, Brittany, of course, we knew that there was going to be some type of leak to the Daily Telegraph about Harry's security. This is what happens now. And we knew that it would come from Montecito. And sure enough, on Sunday, look at this. Prince Harry's stalker sat meters behind him at High Court trial. Now, this article is from Victoria Ward, who is the deputy royal editor. She's the person who gets all of the leaks directly from Prince Harry's team in Montecito. And I think this article has been specifically designed to try and pressure Ravik. We've seen Charlotte Griffiths for the Mail on Sunday doing similar things, pressure Ravik into giving Prince Harry security. Now, I would argue it actually does the total opposite, even though Harry thinks it's clever, because, of course, if the stalker were allowed so close to him in court, it means that she does not provide a genuine security threat. But let me just take you through the reporting here. The Duke of Sussex's stalker sat a stone's throw from him on two occasions at the High Court last week, the
He's
Telegraph
not a
can reveal.
stalker.
Prince Harry was in court for the opening of his privacy trial against the publisher of the Daily Mail and gave evidence 2 days later. It can now be revealed that the known stalker, who is understood may be suffering from mental health issues, as I've always said, you'd have to have mental health issues to follow Prince Harry around the world, attended the hearing on 2 of the 4 days the Duke was in court, taking a seat in the public gallery a few meters behind him. On both occasions, the woman, who was on a list of known fixated individuals drawn up by a private intelligence company for the Duke, was immediately noticed by his private security team, who alerted court security staff. So can I just say, by the way, how lovely that if you're a fan of Prince Harry, he decides to put you on a fixated individuals list. But a source close to the Duke said there is nothing they could do. They are not the police. It's a public building and she has a right to be there. He is obviously always worried about his security situation. It's not ideal. Well, look, let me just tell you for 1 second, Brittany, I have attended many a trial at the High Court. And for anyone to enter, certainly a member of the public, but anyone to enter that building, including, by the way, the judges, the cases, there is airport security. Okay, so that woman was clearly not armed. She posed no danger. The courtroom was filled with security guards, but she didn't have a weapon. So the most she could have done was fling herself at Harry. But by the way, there's never been any understanding that she would do that. And I think Prince and Princess of Wales fan got it right by saying Prince Harry arranged a couple of incidents with this Sussex squad member just to try and get his security back. I mean, we don't know for sure it is this woman. There has been some suggestion it could be. I've sent this and many other photos and articles to Ravek, and Samantha Markle replied saying, nothing says cheesy like taking selfies with one's stalker. Brittany, I'm sorry. I don't think, again, this is the flex that Prince Harry believes it is. Because really, it's just a fan. It's just a female fan. There's not been any reports of the fact that she has lunged at Harry, that she is armed in any way. And let's be honest, you probably are a little bit weird if you're traveling all over the world. But this happens with tons of celebrities, right? It's very different to a terror threat or some type of actual threat on his life.
Right. And Dan, of course, we always want to say that, always hope that Harry remains safe and that if something serious comes up, then obviously it would be addressed. But the thing is that every time Harry enters the UK, he can actually call and let them know his travel plans. They will evaluate the security risk, the Met Police, and they will decide whether or not he needs public funded security in that instance. And they decided here, no. And I'm sure her name is on a list somewhere that they have given the government, and the government's looked into her and gone, well, she just seems like a fan. And of course, there are fan situations that can turn dangerous, but those are in the extreme minorities. But there are people who will follow a celebrity around, whether that is, let's say, around during the, I'm going to pull something random out, the Wicked tour or something. There are
Sorry, I want to show you guys this really quick. I don't know how much more time I have. A little bit's upset. I need to go check on her. So, let's see if we can get through this.
Welcome our director. I want to invite a very special guest on stage. Can you please join me in welcoming Meghan, Duchess of Sussex?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here bright and early. I know some of you probably had late nights last night, so extra thanks for the effort. Nothing that a little cookies and coffee can't help. Look, my husband and I and R12 Productions, we are so proud and privileged to be able to support and uplift Cookie Queens. This film, yes, is probably the cutest at the festival, but I'm also going to go out on a limb and say it is one of the most powerful and meaningful depictions of something that is an American tradition and rooted in nostalgia, but is now put through this lens from the incredible creative vision of Alyssa to show something modernized about the girlhood experience and all the layers and complexity that come with that. So yes, it's cute. And yes, these young ladies are fantastic and adorable, but they are also layered, beautiful girls who are about to become very strong leaders and young women. So thank you for supporting that. A huge thanks to our team at Archwell Productions, Chanel, Wesley, Q, we love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. Josh Braun, Maggie Pisacane, and then of course the producers. This film is such a labor of love. They have worked on for a couple of years, and with all of the hundreds of hours of trusted fly-on-the-wall material that they were able to capture with these families that let them in and allowed them to show and share their lives and their loves. I think the editorial in this that you'll see is also something pretty outstanding. But that is all testament to the talent and expertise of the director, Alyssa Namias, who is here today, and I'm so excited to introduce her to you. Please give her a big round of applause.
Hello, Sundance.
Before we welcome our director, I want to invite a very special guest on stage. Can you please join me in welcoming Meghan, Duchess of Sussex?
Why does she have to be called the Duchess of Sussex? Oh, he did, I bet. We'll do that one tomorrow. I'm 2 hours in, guys.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here bright and early. I know some of you probably had late nights last night, so
I won't do it to you guys. I won't have you listening to it again. Honey, is she good? She does. That's cute. Kara wants a golden ticket from the Willy Wonka movie. Yeah, let's see. He's got two of them. Which one?
I don't have to tell you things about
Debbie. Which one, Debbie?
How you doing, baby? Folks, got a big show here. Been off for a little bit. Oh my God. Don't even ask. Don't ask. Don't ask. Folks, first of all, how you doing? How's everything going? What's cooking? Good looking. Listen, got a lot to cover here.
Joey here.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the show. Who loves you, baby? All right, now let's get into this. So these two, I mean, are they just the best? I mean, come on, right? How? Okay, let me show you this, and then I'm going to show you this. Okay, please. This says Meghan takes the biscuit. Isn't it odd? No offense. She popped up on his Instagram. Just suspend disbelief with me for a second. Because she was a dog face. Now she's taking a biscuit. Okay. He got knocked into a dog bowl. I mean, every guy got, two broken paws. I mean, everything is just weirdly, oddly, somehow insinuated that there's a dog or two dogs or both dogs or whatever, or something's going on with a dog. All right, her last Instagram photo, she's touching Poola's nose in the stupid interview they did with Gayle King on the most boring podcast in history of ever, in a closet. They're in a broom closet in Oprah's house. And Poola is the hit of the whole show. Holy shit. I have so much to tell you guys. Listen, folks. I have so much to tell you. Okay, listen, let's get into this. So Meghan takes the biscuit. Okay. She hugs Girl Scouts. All right. Harry's Oh, please, promote it. Hey, everybody, promote it. Folks, don't forget about the merch. All right, vote it. Oh, please. It's Florida, Michelle. We have so much to cover, folks. We have so much to talk about. But I just want to focus on this real quick, okay? Listen to this, all right? Pay attention here, okay? So we're going into there at the Sundance Film Festival, right? H gets back from his, 5 days in court. Oh, please, you wrote a... Oh, please. Crying on the stand, all this shit. Like, what? Obi Wolf, you didn't even know the bitch when all this shit was going on. What are you talking about? Obi Wolf, you're old, Obi Wolf. You're what? Me Wolf. I'm sorry. Can one of the attorneys explain what this bozo is trying to say to us? I can't. The court wants to recess. What is this man saying? Me Wolf, you're older. Listen, let's get into this. Sharkle, 44, who's been 44 for 5 years now, went to Utah. Okay, another trip, another blowing the ozone's ass out of the ozone, right? Flying private, I'm sure. Oh my God, it's the only way. It's the only way a bitch travels. Please, I'm not gonna fly. You think I'm not? What do you think? I'm on Southwest? Yeah, I don't think so, bitch. So she told a reporter, listen to this, okay? You ready for this? These two, I'm telling you, they couldn't. Why don't they up the money? They couldn't hit something good. They are the worst. They are the absolute toxic worst. They're magnets for bullshit. It is unbelievable. All right, listen to this. She told a reporter, this is coming from Megsy, it really embeds such great values from the get-go. I was a Girl Scout. My mom was a troop leader. No evidence of that whatsoever. And that one Doria photo. Doria looks like she's, she was inserted into that photo, allegedly. My mom was a troop leader. When didn't she bounce on you when you were 12? Okay, listen. And I think the value of friendship, of being dedicated to a goal. Okay, first of all, pay attention to the word dedicated to a goal. As you see that in Cookie Queens is so reflective on how these girls stick to something that is important to them and don't give up. Okay. This doesn't say nothing about like going camping or learning how to, survival skills or, whatever, learning how to row a canoe, whatever the hell the Girl Scouts do, go, whatever they do, right? All that, the fun stuff they're supposed to be doing. No, it's about hawking cookies. It's about slanging cookies, right? Okay. Just hold on to this.
About the cookies
and the self-belief, I think, is really integral value that becomes with being a Girl Scout. Okay, what does selling cookies have to do with being a Girl Scout? Okay, now, by the way, banging, whatever, the Inspector Gadget here. What are we doing? What the hell are we doing here? What is going on here?
Is it cold in you?
Oh, please. Folks, what's going on? Okay, is one of her eyes stuck? Okay, why does one of her eyes look stuck? Okay, I'm just saying, hypothetically, one could argue this point, all right? Of course, the mic's on her. Oh my God, let me just tell, oh my God, it's a mic. Excuse me, bitch. I know you, whatever. Whatever. It was your idea. You shot it, whatever. You produced it. You did everything. But it's my moment, okay? I'm in this big, stupid, dumb jacket, okay? Please, I'm going to do it. Just got to hug the girls. These girls are probably like, who is this lady? All right, here's a little Sharkle with the finger quotes, right? I'm selling cookies, quote, unquote, okay? She was doing quote fingers before there was quotes. By the way, no offense, who holds a box like this? Nobody.
It looks like
nobody ever
in
in the history of ever.
Like the Girl Scouts were green.
Right? This is another Sharkle Markle, right? She's like, oh my God, why did you take the mic away from me? I mean, please, what do you possibly have to say? We get down here, right? This is the tell of the whole shindig right here. The film description reads, captivating, candid, and full of heart. The film follows 4 girls ages 5 to 12 and their families as they navigate the annual whirlwind of selling, striving, and succeeding. Okay?
Wow.
For these Girl Scouts, selling cookies isn't just about the Thin Mints and the sisterhood. It's a crash course in entrepreneurship. Keep this in mind, okay? This is going to come real important here in 2 seconds. Behind the smiles and the cookie boxes lie real pressure, long hours, ambitious sales goals, and the weight of high expectations. Do you get that? Okay? This is a bold, vibrant, observational portrait that honors the girls, the perspective, and illuminates the emotional and intellectual stakes of their experiences.
Yeah, Debbie, that's a brownie uniform.
Get on this. The Royal...
That's not a Girl Scout uniform. My Girl Scout uniform was green. It was a green outfit. I was the Girl Scout, and the brownies were brown. They were called the brownies. Yeah.
Couple were first announced to be part of Cookie Queen's films in December last year. Okay? December. So why the late attachment? Okay, allegedly. Okay? That usually means no creative risk, no development risk, no financial risk, prestige with minimal work. They didn't conceive the idea, spend years following the subjects, take editorial responsibility. They signed on once the film was safe. Okay, Now this is going to get real important here in 2 seconds. Follow me here because there's a big crescendo. Oh my God. Is the photographer taking photos of me? Everybody smile. Come on, bitches. Smile. Okay? 4 girls. I see 5 girls here. They said it was 5 to 12. All of these women are taller than her. All of these girls are taller than her. Please, I'm telling you, Markle is 5'1" on a great day. Okay, let's see what else we got here. By the way, these girls don't match these girls. Don't match these girls. Okay, this is great. Sharkle looks Sharkle here. H, like the colors are all great. You know what I mean? Nothing is nothing. H. Got the finger, the finger here. This is the new look right here, right? This is Robert Redford's daughter that's running the thing. Here's the other thing. Did they not have money for an extra, 2 feet of this stupid board? Why does it look like they're in a dressing room taking this photo? This is like the makeup room or whatever. They're like, hey, let's put the board here. Let's put the board here and scrunch all these idiots here. Okay, now this is the whole thing. Let's get right here. Okay, this is perfect. So check this out. So this movie, Cookie Queens, right? Oh my God. It wants you to believe it's about empowerment. That's the framing. It says it's about confidence, entrepreneurship, life learning skills, strong young girls building character. They say pressure is good. They say the competition builds strength. They say this teaches girls how to succeed. Sounds nice, but let's actually slow this down and look at it, because empowerment
doing that
means power. So ask a simple question. Where's the power? The kids don't set the price. They don't own the product. They don't choose the ingredients. They don't control the rules. They don't control the sales goals. They don't control the system. And they don't keep any of the money. It's unbelievable. They smile. They sell. They push. They get rejected. They work long hours. And when it's over, guess what? They don't get paid. They might get a badge, a toy, a prize, or maybe, if they just, go full throttle, they're a top seller, might get a trip. That's it. So again, how is this empowering? This isn't a lemonade stand. This isn't a small business. This isn't entrepreneurship. This is kids moving a product they don't own at a price they didn't choose for money they don't keep. Calling that entrepreneurship is a lie. Now here's the part people don't like to talk about. The Girl Scout cookie business. Somebody would know about cookies. Makes around $800 million a year. That's almost $1 billion. The Girl Scouts rely on this. This is their biggest money machine. And who runs that machine? Little kids, unpaid kids, voluntary, yes, empowering, no. Because real business teaches choice, risk, profit, loss, ownership. This teaches follow the script, hit the quota, smile, and don't ask no questions.
Preach it.
That's not building leaders. That's building good workers. And this movie shows the pressure. It admits there's long hours. It admits there's high goals, and it admits the kids feel stress. But instead of questioning that, it celebrates it. Pressure becomes growth, stress becomes character, and labor becomes empowerment. So here's the bottom line. If you don't set the price, you don't own the product, you don't control the rules, and you don't make the money, you're not being empowered. You're being used to run a system.
Right.
And the real question this movie never asks is the simplest one. What do these girls actually get out of this besides a badge and a smile for the camera?
For them?
If families already paid to be there and the kids still have to sell cookies to fund the system, then who exactly is this business really serving? That's the question company. This movie won't touch. And this is very indicative of something that these two morons would attach themselves to. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget, who loves you, baby?
That was
Who
good.
loves you, baby? You're beautiful.
That was so good.
I don't have to tell you things.
Floozy and a boozy. And don't even forget, Christopher Boozy was one of their people that work for him. Please. I could be talking about him. All right, let's get into this.
We'll finish this.
So I'm going to show you 3 videos here. These are impactful videos, Your Honor. Your Honor, you're out of order. Oh, please, Your Honor. Listen, this court is This court is out of order. This whole thing is out of order. She's out of order. This whole thing is a mockery. All right. This you're supposed to believe. Okay. You're supposed to believe that this one had two people. Okay. That she gave allegedly, one could argue, my opinion, birth to. Oh, please. It was unbelievable. Okay? Even though the doctors didn't sign the birth certificates, nothing weird. Everything that they did wasn't normal. Nothing weird. Okay? She could drop it like it's hot. Ankles, no problem. 4-inch heels, no problem. No, H never babied her, never walked around her like, oh, you okay, dear? Can I help you up the steps, dear? Nope, never gave a shit. Okay? Now, if you've ever lived with a woman, all right, and they're in any type of discomfort whatsoever, all right, you take care, you like they got a sore foot, their ankle hurts or whatever. You're going to be like, honey, you okay? Can you know what I mean? You need me to help? You want to sit down? I'll do it, whatever. No, he flies around. He don't give two shit. Okay, let's get into these two videos here. I'm going to lose it today. All right. So watch this. These first two are baselines because you need to know the baseline to see the reaction. All right. And then I'm going to explain something else that a lot of people think they got theories on. I'm gonna cut all that shit right to the core, right here. Okay, so this is numero uno, Your Honor. This is Exhibit A.
What's your favorite cookie?
Who's this guy? What's your favorite cookie? Hey, it's a cookie. What kind of cookie do you like?
I think universally, Thin Mints is probably most people's favorite.
Well, and as you know, I do love a Thin Mint.
That's very presumptuous. I think universal. Who the hell made you the cookie person? Don't be talking for other people. And what's with this bow? What's with this bow? This bow is the guy can't. I'm telling you, the guy's actually standing further away because his bow is knocking him in the nuts.
But the sleeper hit for me was the lemonades. And if you haven't tried them, I very much recommend them. For sure.
Harry's favorite cookie? Does he eat Girl Scout cookies?
Does he like a cookie?
He does. And he likes
She doesn't even know. She don't know shit. And by the way, no offense. Other than Thin Mints, I couldn't think of a Girl Scout cookie either. Okay, please, no offense. That just tells you they have not invested. They have nothing to do. She don't know Harry. Oh, please, come on it. She don't know him. Okay, this is all.
But he asked, "What's your favorite cookie?" Thin Mints.
This is so beautiful. Girl Scout cookie either. Okay, please, no offense. The cookie?
He does, and he likes
She doesn't even know. She
don't know.
And if you haven't tried them, I very much recommend them. For sure.
Harry's favorite cookie? Does he eat Girl Scout cookies?
Does he like a cookie?
He does. And he likes
She doesn't even know. She don't know shit. And by the way, no offense. Other than Thin Mints, I couldn't think of a Girl Scout cookie either. Okay, please, no offense. That just tells you they have not invested. They have nothing to do. She don't know Harry. Oh, please, come on it. She don't know him. Okay,
Doesn't know what cookie.
This is all. They are such. This is so beautiful.
Just make up.
This woman lives with this man. Allegedly, has
What is
no
that? I
clue.
don't
They
know.
just did a movie with the selling cookies. By the way, let me clarify something else. I think the Girl Scouts are fantastic. I think anything that builds leadership and friendship and
Friendship, leadership.
self-reliance and teaches people skills and they go out and camp and go outside and all that. I think all that stuff's wonderful. I'm just talking about the fact that they're promoting a movie hawking cookies. That's all I'm doing. All right, Your Honor. This is Exhibit B for any type of discomfort whatsoever.
Sorry.
All right. You take care. Like they got a sore foot, their ankle hurts or whatever. You're gonna be like, honey, you okay? Can you know what I mean? You need me to help? You want to sit down? I'll do it. Whatever. No, he flies around. He don't give two shit. Okay, let's get into these two videos here. I'm gonna lose it today. All right. So watch this. These first two are baselines because you need to know the baseline to see the reaction. All right. And then I'm going to explain something else that a lot of people think they got theories on. I'm gonna cut all that shit right to the core, right here. Okay, so this is numero uno, Your Honor. This is Exhibit A.
What's your favorite cookie?
Who's this guy? What's your favorite cookie? Hey, it's a cookie. What kind of cookie do you like?
I think universally, Thin Mints is probably most people's favorite.
Well, and as you know, I do love a Thin Mint.
That's very presumptuous. I think universal. Who the hell made you the cookie person? Don't be talking for other people. And what's with this bow? What's with this bow? This bow is the guy can't. I'm telling you, the guy's actually standing further away because his bow is knocking him in the nuts.
But the sleeper hit for me was the lemonades. And if you haven't tried them, I very much recommend them, for sure.
Harry's favorite cookie? Does he eat Girl Scout cookies?
Does he like a cookie?
He does. And he likes,
She doesn't even know. She don't know shit. And by the way, no offense. Other than Thin Mints, I couldn't think of a Girl Scout cookie either. Okay, please. Please, no offense. That just tells you they have not invested. They have nothing to do. She don't know Harry. Oh, please, come on it. She don't know him. Okay? This is all they are such. This is so beautiful. This woman lives with this man, allegedly, has no clue. They just did a movie with the selling cookies. By the way, let me clarify something else. I think the Girl Scouts are fantastic. I think anything that builds leadership and friendship and self-reliance and teaches people skills and they go out and camp and go outside and all that. I think all that stuff's wonderful. I'm just talking about the fact that they're promoting a movie hawking cookies. That's all I'm doing. All right, Your Honor. This is Exhibit Bozo. All right.
You know, it really embeds such great values from the get-go. I was a Girl Scout, my mom's business leader, and
no photos, by the way. And you guys all pointed out that the photo that she's got, which I'm going to bring in here in two seconds for an exhibit, she's a brownie. And by the way, the mom looks like it doesn't even. It looks like she's inserted into the photo.
She's a brownie.
I think the value of friendship, of being dedicated to a goal, as you see that in Cookie Queens, it is so reflective.
The goal is to sell cookies.
That's the goal.
That's not the goal for joining the Girl Scouts. Nobody said I want to join the Girl Scouts so I can sell cookies.
Of how these girls stick with something that's important to them and don't give up. And self-belief, I think, is a really integral value that comes to being a Girl Scout.
Selling cookies.
You know, it really.
Okay, so that's two. So you got the baseline. Okay, let's enter this for Exhibit C. Okay, here's the photo of Doria. All right, this is little Markle. Okay, here's the other thing too. I'm assuming this is somewhere in the 80s, maybe early 90s. I have no idea. Okay, based on their imaginary ages, I have no idea how old these people are. This is what I know. Why is everybody in her photos? Nobody's ever looking in the same direction. Okay, the cell phone didn't come out with a camera and shit till what? What was that? 2000? What? I don't know. What? I don't know. So it's like, you know what I mean? It was a paparazzi taking photos. Why is everybody looking in different directions? When you'd be like, okay, everybody look over here, and then another parent would take it, another parent, whatever. She's looking it this way. She's looking, I don't know where. I don't know, this way, maybe towards this camera. This girl's looking towards this camera. This kid looking another way. The kid's, and then where is she sitting? Where is she sitting? Here's Markle's right knee. I think. Maybe the left. I don't know. She's sitting on the kid's legs? Who does that? Let's get into this.
Question, you have a young daughter. She's maybe a little bit too young for Scouts at this point. Do you want Lilibet to be part of Girl Scout?
It's interesting. I think we'll continue to explore whatever feels right. But
okay. No, what? Folks, I've heard auctioneers talk slower than this. What in the hell did she just say?
We'll just
Question, you have a young daughter. She's maybe a little bit too young for scouts at this point. Do you want a little bit?
Look at she swallows. She swallows. The panic is setting in. The beads of sweat. I don't know if they can get through all this, product or whatever.
Yeah.
But the beads of sweat are starting to look at the eyes. She's like,
starting to panic.
Shit. Oh shit. I forgot. This isn't a controlled interview.
Yep.
Where I get all the questions first. By the way, here's another thing. People are like, when Sharkle does these other interviews, like Emma Grady or Jamie Kern-Lima or the Time thing, and they ask questions.
All controlled.
She knows all the questions. She knows how to answer. She has never been able to answer off the cuff a question about her kid.
No.
Ever.
Question, you have a young daughter. She's maybe a little bit too young for scouts at this point. Do you want Lilibet to be part of Girl Scout?
It's interesting. I think we'll continue to explore whatever feels right. But Alyssa's also a mom of a daughter. And I think for both of us working on this project has been incredibly special as parents, as mothers, to be able to see something that our girls will be able to watch and enjoy as well.
Yeah, in fact, the film began with...
Folks, that is a layup of a question. All she had to do was be like, you know what? If that's what, I would love it if she would like to, but if she doesn't want to, that's her choice.
Right.
I mean, that is a layup of a question. That's an interesting. I don't even know what this bird brain said.
You have a young daughter. She's maybe a little bit too young for scouts at this point. Do you want Lilibet to be part of Girl Scout?
It's
Markle
malfunction.
No.
Interesting. I think we'll continue to explore whatever feels right. But
I think it's interesting. We'll continue to explore
what feels right.
What are you talking about? Do you think your kid might want to do it? You know what? If they'd like to do it, I'd love for them to do it. I think it'd be fun for them. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna say. It is a layup. I don't even have kids. I don't know how to answer this question. What is the deal? How dumb? I'm sorry. How dumb? You're gonna tell me that this woman has two little people? Are you shitting me at this point? That is the easiest question in the world. All you got to do is just be like, you know what? I would love it if she would like to be part of it. I would think it'd be great.
Yeah.
But it's up to her. It's ultimately her decision. Like that's like a well-balanced parent or somebody that has, that's a great, we'll continue to explore. It depends what my handlers say. And, I got to talk to Marcus and see what he thinks. And, I don't know, and then I got to talk to the Soho House. And I really don't know, I don't really understand what the continuation of the relationship is going to be. I don't really know the dynamics of it. If Harry's going to move back home and if he's going to get the kids, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm just going to fade out into this existence. I don't know what's going to happen here. I really don't know. But you know what? Alyssa has kids. She has kids. Why don't we talk about her kids? Why don't you talk about her? Why don't you talk to her about kids? She was all sunshines and rainbows when she wanted to fucking talk about Thin Mints and shit. Thin Mints and what Harry likes. What Harry likes and all this shit. You can't answer a simple question. And don't give me that shit because she's not paid. You're paid to say your kid might or might not join the freaking Girl Scouts when she gets of age? I would be like, I don't know. Depends on what who knows? I don't know. You know what I mean? My kids are amazing. That's what I would have said this. I would have been like, look, no offense to these Girl Scouts and shit. My kids are amazing. All right. They're putting together concertos at home. They're sculpting. Little Betty Bucks is into welding. She's running a flower shop. We got a fruit.
Do the Girl Scouts get anything for selling the cookies?
Fruit stand at home. The kids are humping. You know what I mean? I got them selling all the vegetables and fruits. We got a whole stand, which nobody's ever seen and nobody ever had to take a photo of. But apparently, this is something that they allegedly do.
They sell a lot of cookies. I wonder, does the kids get anything for selling so many cookies? I think they do. I think they go like on a trips or I know when we sold Girl Scout cookies, the money went back into we had dues. You have to pay your Girl Scout dues.
Where? At the end of their driveway? Is that where they take the family
No,
photos?
no
Where they have
business.
the
We have
stand
to pay
in their
money,
gated
and
neighborhood,
we
which
have to
nobody
sell
can get into?
cookies.
How popular is that? What are they selling them for? What are they selling them to?
Now this looks Photoshop.
I mean, you see the freak out moment of this. By the way, no offense. What is with this coat? This coat.
I thought it was.
This coat has its own time zone. What is going on with this
It is
coat?
a lot
What?
going
Who
on.
the hell told
It
you that
is
this
a
was a good
little
idea to wear this coat? You know what? Megan, can we? Megan, come
Yeah.
here. Let me. Well, now that you're back with us for the 10th time, we're the PR company. Listen, you know what we think would be great? We think you should dress
The PR
up
company.
with a huge. It almost looks like a car cover, right? But it's going to
Good
be
night,
a jet,
dictator.
and it's going to be like a. I don't know. It's going to look like you're. I don't know. You're in the fucking. You're in the Navy or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's gonna look like you're I don't know, a ship captain or something. I don't know. We just really like this big stupid dumb coat. All right. Yeah, that makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Yes. Do you look ridiculous in it? Yeah. Who's to say? It's an argument that could be made. Maybe not. Who really? When you get to the bottom of the end of the day, people are not going to remember what you said about your alleged children.
No.
They're going to know what you wore and the fact that you look like you could be the captain of a ship, of a fisherman's ship in a wharf. That's what they're going to, you know what? I'll tell you what, this is going to tie in great when we start selling fish sticks. Okay? When we start selling fish and chips,
thank you,
when you
Maureen.
maybe or maybe not move back to England, all right? We might do a fish and chips, you know what I mean? Like a frozen food thing. It's possible.
Okay.
And instead of like Gordon's fish and chips or fish sticks or whatever, it'll be Sharkly Markley's big jacket fish sticks. What do you think about that? And you'll be the captain of the fish sticks, right? It ties in great. It ties in great with the whole yacht and the whole boating and the whole expedition thing. You know what I'm saying? It ties in great. You know, it's a great look. We think you should. We think you should wear this big dumb balloon-esque jacket. What are your thoughts?
No,
oh my God, I love it. Who loves you, baby?
Who loves you, baby? You're beautiful.
Thank you.
I don't have to tell you things are bad.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shall we shag now or shall we shag
Feeling it.
later?
All right, here we go. Don't be fooled by the rock. I'm still Megan from the yacht. I used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from.
Okay, I'm gonna go over there and speak to her.
I'm just Megan from the yacht. Used to have a little, now I got a lot. No matter where I go, I know where H is.
That was easy. So my parents named me Rachel Meghan Markle.
All right, what's going on, everybody? About it.
All right. That's it, guys. I think I'm going to shut it down. I want to go say hi to Annabelle. Check her out, guys. Check out Annabelle. Hold on one sec. All right, we're gonna shut it down, guys. I had one
the kissing
more
cheek thing, and I know that it's not just a
video, but I'm gonna shut it down. Love you guys. Yeah, I found her. right, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon and a wonderful day. Thank you, Payne, for always showing up for me. I appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys that show up for me. It really means a lot to me that you like to hang out and spend a little time with me. What else was I gonna say? It's still snowing. I don't know if the roads are gonna be better by tomorrow. It ain't looking good. So Kira might be off one more day. This is Annabelle, guys. Let's go over there and support Annabelle. Let her know you're coming over there for me. She's live right now. Let's go support her. Okay. Let's go support Annabelle. Bye, lovelies. I pick it up and bend it. Bye, Demon Dictator. Bye, Payne Pickles. Bye, Marine. Bye, Debbie. Oh, that's interesting. The troops get a percentage of the cookie sale. Bye, Cassandra. Nina, Susan, Lee. Hello, Cassandra. Hello, Daisy Lee. We're going over there to Annabelle's, Cassandra, if you want to go with us. Hi, Dale. You got some raz. Good for you. Yeah, I'm going to go say hi to Annabelle, and then I'm going to go play some games with my daughter, play paint or play with the Play-Doh, just play together, you know? So I will see you lovely people over there at Annabelle's. Click the link. You'll be right over there. Okay. There we go.
Instructions. I'm your GPS, your spiritual GPS, to help you get through energetic bad times. And again, that's the reason why I'm going to be studying astrology, because I want to know what the story is, what kind of map we're working with.
See her little call?
So there's a traffic jam.
Annabelle. I love her name.
At 5th and 20, I can get you around that. Oh my God, did Annabella just show up? I think Annabella showed up. So, Motor Free, Zephyr, your biggest fan is here. Cowboy, baby, nice to see you. So, are you a Cancer, Aries, Libra, or Capricorn? Because you guys are going through it right now. I got Lady Letitia in the chat here. Lady Letitia, YouTube question for you. Cancer, Aries, Libra, Capricorn. If you're one of those, we're going to have a fantastic day. I want to give you some cards to help you out. Good to have you here. Good to have you. So,
Virgo.
Mommy, I want pizza.
Okay, I'll make you some. All right, guys, I gotta go make some pizza and play. So go over there, check her out.
so